Alright, time to take a quick detour into the current weekly. I don't think I played the last weekly pack at all, so hopefully this video will go out before this weekly is a distant memory. But I was prompted to play this based on some comments in the Discord, and the question was posed, what would you use from this weekly to try and create a fun build using Pteranodon and Flying Fish? Now, obviously those two units work reasonably well together. The Pteranodon can bring something back to life, and then the Flying Fish can level it up. But the number of options that actually make sense for that particular combo is pretty low in this pack. And I had a look to see what if there was anything that we could cook up using the limited pets available. And the suggestion I gave was to play a 4 squad, leave the front space empty deliberately, and then Brain Cramp is going to jump forwards at the start of battle. That means that it's going to be the first thing to faint. It still gains the melon because it jumped, and then it gets brought back to life by the Pteranodon, and then it will immediately jump forwards again. So then we can play either Kangaroo or Muskox in the second position and trigger the ability there, hopefully multiple times. Obviously with Muskox you can only trigger the ability once, and I did find that Muskox just isn't as good as Kangaroo for this particular application, and so it's also easier to get hold of level 2 Kangaroo quite quickly because it's a tier lower. I guess there's a case to be made that Kangaroo is just better than Muskox pretty much all round. So are we gonna take the level up here or not? Maybe we'll just combine the Brain Cramps and then buy lettuce, to give the Flying Fish a little bit of a head start. Now, one of the drawbacks with this particular weekly, trying to get an odd combo going, is that there's not a lot of protective equipment, and there is both Lynx and Crocodile in this pack. So stuff is going to get sniped, and we're going to need to stat up our units before we get to the late game, or maybe as we get to the late game, because I think some of the options for scaling, on tier 5 in this pack aren't particularly good with this specific build. You can play Monkey at the front and then have it buff the Kangaroo or Muskox. However, your Monkey with a 1-2 stat line is not going to trigger the Kangaroo's ability more than once. So I think I was probably going to be skipping any monkeys that I saw and hoping for something better on tier 6. There is also Stingray, but I guess the same thing applies. You might want to put extra stats onto your Brain Cramp, but then you have to play it at the front for a turn in order to get the buffs from the Stingray. So it is a little bit awkward, but I guess, that is the case usually with random weeklies where you just have to make do with what's available. So we're going to save this Brain Cramp level up for next turn. Probably do the same thing if we can find another Flying Fish or Kangaroo. We don't find either, but we'll put Sausage on the Brain Cramp so we get one extra chance next turn. And hopefully we'll get a double level up and find the tier 6 units that are going to help us out. Of course, we also need to find Pteranodon as well. Fairly unusual looking team here where someone's actually going for a Mimic squad with multiple summons. And I think actually, even though it looked like we could have been in trouble, we're going to scrape a win by 1 HP. So maintaining the hearts at 4 is pretty important, I think. So we get Ellie Seal, definitely have to take it, and then we'll just immediately start buying perks. Sometimes it's better to wait until you get the level 2, but given that Lynx is on the loose, I would rather just start getting the stats going right now. And also taking the Blueberry means that the Elephant Seal is going to take the first Lynx snipe guaranteed, so it gives us a better chance of winning the next battle. Here's a team with level 3 Kangaroo, and there are going to be a lot of teams with Kangaroo plus Camel or Camel plus Muskox. I think probably more Kangaroos than Muskoxen. We are going to lose to this double Antelope team. I actually have seen quite a few double Antelope teams as well, which is fairly unusual. So we take the 2 level ups, we don't get the Pteranodon. I think I'm just going to sell the Bluebird here and then bring in the second Elephant Seal and take the sausage as well. I do quite like having the blueberry, at least for one turn, before we combine the elephant seals. And you can see a little bit of an issue, you know, if we have to have a scaler to have any chance in this weekly, as we face this egregious camel plus kangaroo team double monkey. I'm not sure why they even have the flying fish, to be honest. But yeah, we're going to lose there, although it was fairly close in the end. It is kind of awkward because as soon as we get the Pteranodon, we can't play the 4 squad until we're finished using the elephant seal. So I think we just have to bring in Pteranodon now and then play elephant seal at the front. Or I guess it doesn't matter what we play at the front. We could play flying fish instead. But yeah, I'm just going to take the Pteranodon now, probably accept that I'm likely to lose. And we'll roll for some perks. I could have actually just frozen the egg there. But gingerbread is available too, so we can use that to try and shortcut to getting level 2 Pteranodon. And that would mean that we'd actually resummon 2 brain cramps. And you can see here a problem with this setup when you don't run the 4 squad. Pteranodon resummons the elephant seal, pushes the kangaroo to the front, and so the combo is broken. But we're just going to have to accept that that's the way it's going to be until we sell the elephant seal. We need a few rounds of buffs at least, just to give us the chance to put pita bread on stuff, and then, hopefully that will mean that we survive any lynx snipes. It's not a guarantee though, so I'm fully expecting to go down to 1 heart at this stage. And yeah, I think I decided to change my ordering here. The flying fish has better stats. Put it to the front and give the kangaroo the chance to have more attacks. Or we could do this and play Pteranodon at the front and not bother with any resummon. Not sure that was the best decision to make there. But the brain cramp jumps forwards. We do get our kangaroo triggers. I mean, they're not giving that many stats, but it's better than nothing when you have an odd combo going. So nice bonus to actually win that battle, but we are getting close to the end of the game, and I would like to see the combo running at least 2 rounds. But I think given that the Pteranodon is still only on 11 health, we do need another round of elephant seal scaling. And yeah, I think I am going to keep it for 1 more turn and actually kind of cross my fingers and hope to lose. Or a tie would be fine as well. Definitely freeze both of these perks. Not necessarily for the elephant seal. It would be nice to give the Pteranodon gingerbread, so we only need to find 1 more or 1 chocolate. And here the kangaroo gains just enough stats to survive the bison, and we do end up winning, so that puts us on 9. And I think I am going to commit to getting rid of the elephant seal this turn no matter what. So we'll put the gingerbread on the Pteranodon, pita for the flying fish to try and make sure it stays alive. And then I think probably we'll just take the egg and then roll down once, hoping that we find a chocolate or Pteranodon. We don't. So now we can reposition. So if you play the 4 squad like this, the brain cramp is going to jump forwards immediately. And then when it faints, the Pteranodon will resummon it. So we'll see it now. Another level 3 Lynx team triggers both of the pita breads. The brain cramp jumps forwards as we drew it up. It gets resummoned. It gains the stats as it jumps forward. I mean, it's being summoned as a 1-1, so it's not going to have the biggest stat line when it re-jumps to the front. But it's more for the visual effect. It's pretty fun to watch. We do get the chocolate. So now we should get 2 brain cramps resummoned, but we are down to 1 heart. We take the carrot, which is worth slightly more than the sausage because we expect this to be the final turn. Level 2 crocodile doesn't kill the flying fish. We get the jump forwards with the brain cramp. It is opposing brain cramp. And they actually look like they've picked up bison here very, very late with the level 3 drop bear. We get the 2 resummons. And I think you can see already that the elephant seal scaling has stood us in good stead, and the 4 squad brings home the win. So probably one of the more creative teams you can do this weekly. Give it a try before the pack is gone.